want to talk about the 4 P's. While we're dealing with patients, some different ideas of how to deal with things, and these are very important to me. Perseverance. We need to have the perseverance of applying ourselves to a task and realizing that everything is ups and downs. Life is designed as a roller coaster. It's meant to be ups and downs, etc. It's really not a problem to be solved. It's a mystery to be lived. It's a pathway. It's a long-term process. And we have to try to realize that perseverance, allowing us to work through any type of problem, can help us to get to where we're going. And recognizing that the longest journey takes the first step, and there are many, many steps in the middle. Realizing also that there's 1,000 ways to get anywhere, 1,000,000 ways, 1,000,000,000 ways. We can take many different ways, but we need to persevere in the paths that we choose. Positivity. We need to have that level of positivity and bliss. Be able to capture the positive aspects. Now, we can't always stay at that positive level and just there. We have to realize that life is ups and downs. But we need to have the positive aspects and see the positive sides and recognize that and try to push ourselves into more and more positive. It's very good to anticipate the negative. It's very good to be able to understand the possible things that could go wrong. But to completely live in the negative would be to live in hell. So we don't want to just live in that negative. We want to be able to have some of the negative thoughts, but capture that positivity. And if positivity is a larger part of life, it will guide us and help us to find health and find prosperity and other different things. Precision. We want to try to be as precise about things as we possibly be. Now, if we take this to the extreme, sometimes people will never ever get anything done. They always want things to be too and so excessively precise. I've always said that anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. If it's really worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. Once you get to that level and you're now doing, then you realize that anything worth doing is worth doing well. But first off, you have to do. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. Then anything worth doing is worth doing well. And then you come to the next realization that anything worth doing is worth delegating. If you get to that level of realizing step by step, you can get to the level of doing things well, precise, capturing that precision, that expertness, that fine level, and try to be the best that you can. But also don't struggle in the fact that you make mistakes. Recognizing that in positive fashion. Patience works in here too. That we try to capture that patience of waiting. The human mind can do anything. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. And sometimes we have to capture that patience and recognizing that whatever path that we're on, we can get there, but in a matter of time. We always talk about when the apple's ready, it will fall. The watched pot won't boil. But we have to realize that patience, because that pot will boil. And we have to realize that the apple will fall. Things work out. Everything comes to he who waits. So these are just some of the things. Now, I thought so much of these P's that I named my children after it. My son is Daniel Perseverance Nelson. His middle name is Perseverance. My daughter is Karen Positivity or Bliss Nelson. My son is Sterling Precision Nelson. My other daughter is Destiny Patience Nelson. I've named my children after this because I believe that these P's, these little 4 P's, help us in life. Good qualities for us to emulate. And this is something else that you can communicate with your patients.